This is a bioprinter, meaning that we are using it to print tissues. In this case, we are printed glioblastoma, which is one of the most aggressive cancers of all types. And what we created was a 3D printed glioblastoma, a cancer model that has in it the different cell types, so not only the cancer cells, but also other cells that are resident in the brain, including blood vessels that we flow through them different drugs and test on them different drugs, and the immune cells, meaning the red and white blood cells of the same patients whom we took the actual sample of the cancer. There are many laboratories and also startup companies and pharma that are using 3D printing, but each one, including us, tried every time a certain component, so only the cancer cells or only the blood vessels to print them, or cancer cells with blood vessels. But to have the whole system, holistically comprehensive system that includes all the different cell types, in this case of the brain, with the glioblastoma cells, and having the flow in them, taking the peripheral blood mononuclear cells, meaning all the blood from the same patient, and fit it and print it like 100 times in a high throughput plate to test different therapies. I think this is the first time that we can have the whole system together.
So the groundbreaking news is that we found that inhibition of by a small molecule showed similar results in our 3D model and also in patients. However, when the cells were grown on 2D cultures on Petri dishes, we didn't have any effect. That emphasizes the strength of our platform to predict the clinical scenario. After we finished 3D printing the model, we connect it to a perfusion system in order to perfuse drugs or cells inside the blood vessels. Take a big breath and start everything over. But
Here we see the expression of target proteins for anti-cancer drugs, which highly express in our 3D models and do not express in the 2D models. So here we see the printed blood vessel. What we can see here in green, you see the cancer cells surrounding the blood vessel. Inside the blood vessel, we can see in red the cells that build the blood vessels with the cell that supports the blood vessel, including cells of the microenvironment, such as immune cells in the brain.
שלחו לנו שותפים מגרמניה יין, פתחנו אותו אתמול. This is one of the hottest areas in research, in cancer research, also in organ replacement. It's the same rationale. The only difference is that the ones recreating organs actually need to return it into the body. We have no plans to return the cancer tissue to any patient, of course, but to use it for exploiting and understanding mechanisms that will lead to new targets for new drugs, and also to screen for personalized therapy, to fit the therapies to the patient. להוריד את הסאונד, זה לא יהיה, אוקיי, אז... לנו? לא, אני חושבת שמה שחשוב זה שזה יהיה עמוס על המסך.
כן, בדיוק.